So I think some of you are a little apprehensive about JEE. Some of you are worried about how complex or how hard this whole preparation process is going to be. So to make things a little easier for you, I'm going to try and debunk a few myths about this preparation process. The first one is that there's this common idea that JEE is only meant for the toppers, for the geniuses and for the creme of the creme. I completely disagree. I don't think that's true at all. I think if anyone is given the right direction, the right guidance and the right mentorship, anyone can perform really well in JEE. Another common idea is that the JEE preparation process is an extremely painstaking and hard process. It's not easy or it's not fun. And again, I disagree. The truth is, if done the right way, if the right steps are followed, for example, if you make sure that your foundation is right, if you make sure your concepts are good, and then you move on to the complex problems, and then you start solving those problems, and slowly you'll realize that you enjoy solving those problems. And the more you enjoy it, the more you feel like doing it. It becomes a positive loop. And overall, it becomes an extremely pleasant and enjoyable experience. So another common myth or misconception that I generally hear is that self-learning is not as important. And this is something, again, I disagree with. In fact, I would say that self-learning is even more important. Now, when you learn a concept from some form of lecture, it's important that you apply that using problems. It's important that you use those concepts in some problem or the other, so that you can internalize those concepts. Only then it gets cemented and it becomes really easy for you. And a good tool to use for self-learning is video lectures and personalized practice modules. Now, in the case of video lectures, you can learn at your own pace, right? If you don't understand something, you can pause, you can go back, and then you can listen to it again, which is important. Coming to practicing problems, when you use these personalized practice modules, when you get stuck at some point, it's important that you get the right answer over there to move forward, right? Also, taking a test at the right time is important. So you should take a test when you think you're ready, right? So all these will help. Another common idea that's generally thrown around is that JEE problems are super hard and super complex. That's not entirely true. The thing is, in JEE particularly, if your concepts are really strong, if you have a deep understanding of all the concepts, then the problems that initially look hard actually become a lot easier. So sound foundation and sound concepts are extremely important. Another common idea is that the number of problems that you need to solve for JEE is infinite and endless. And again, I disagree. Now, I'm not saying that problems are not important. Problems are important. But what is even more important, as I said before, is concepts. Making sure your concepts are strong. Now, if that is set in place, then the number of problems that you need to solve reduces drastically. You can very soon jump to the higher level problems. Another common thing that I hear is that people say that the board syllabus is not important, and what's only important is your JEE syllabus. Again, I would say that's not true, because in most cases, the JEE syllabus and the board syllabus, they overlap a lot. The difference is that in the JEE exam, they tend to test you a little more in the application side. Right? So the difference only is in the questions and not in the syllabus as such. And talking about board syllabi, the NCERT textbook particularly is of great importance, because generally if you take JEE mains, a lot of questions come directly from the NCERT textbook. So finally, to summarize, it's important not to worry about too many things. And if there's one tip that I would say is most important, it would be to focus on your conceptual understanding. If you do that, everything else will fall in place.